Thank you. Thanks, Rabbi Glickman, and thank you to the hundreds of you who are joining us tonight to be together as a congregation. You can see the enthusiasm and the support in our community for this project, with over $8 million already committed. On behalf of our board and the membership of Congregation Beth Shalom and future generations, I extend our deepest appreciation to the visionary generosity of the Soslin family and the Soslin Foundation with their challenge grant, and the Krumholtz family, who together have enabled the rest of us to come together through this gift. I also sincerely appreciate the leadership of Gina Kaiser, Ron Kopaken, Michael Abrams, and Art Fetterman. Together, they've worked with Ellen Court and the team at Bern Polofsky as such important partners in achieving the milestone that we've reached now to launch this, our final phase of fundraising, with 500 families or so to reach and to speak to help us meet this final $2.5 million goal. Thanks also to Rabbi Glickman and to Steph Williams, who dedicate their talents in ways that give us confidence that what we create today will engage and inspire us well into the future. While yes, we are enduring a virus whose spread must be contained to keep our community healthy, what we've learned is how to be more nimble, more creative, as we inspire meaning in the lives of our congregants. And we've also learned just how much we miss physically being together. And I know that this virus will ultimately give way. And when it does, I believe that what will spread is the very healthy desire to come together in celebration, in gratitude, and with a renewed commitment to the value of community. And with your help, we will come together in a place that is worthy of our traditions, worthy of the great history of Congregation Beth Shalom. And it will assure that our next generation thinks so too. And finally, to the families who shared their personal stories of giving tonight, the Soslins and the Cohens, but the many others along the way. Your stories touch our hearts, and I'm confident that your examples will be honored by the hundreds of congregants who are now invited to take part in this unique opportunity to create our future. And on a personal note, each of our children became bar and bat mitzvah at Congregation Beth Shalom. Morgan in the sanctuary at the Warnell building. And just 2.5 years later, Caleb, a bar mitzvah in Goldsmith Hall at 143rd and Lamar. Both, of course, were special events and will forever shine brightly in our memories. We're grateful for both of these spaces and that they were endowed by generous donors. And they were places where our friends and our families came together in celebration and in support of our kids. But there is something special that happens when a sacred event happens in a sacred space. And I think even more special when those kids return as adults for Shabbat services, for holidays, and for sacred events, maybe even under a chuppah. And they see themselves on that bima from the time they were 12 or 13 years old. That's why Andrea and I join the list of families for whom this will be the largest charitable gift we've ever made. We want that connection for all the kids growing up in our community. So in a moment, I'm going to turn it over to Ellen Court, who will navigate the questions you've been asking, the comments you've shared tonight. But before I do, I'm asking you to think about this opportunity a little more deeply than you might have before this evening began. Consider what a synagogue is when it has a sacred space to pray. To me, it's what makes a synagogue a synagogue. The time is now, members of Congregation Beth Shalom, for each of us to join the families to meet the challenge grants so generously offered and to honor our traditions, to commit to our future, and to create our tomorrow. With that, I thank you for your time, and I turn it over to Ellen Court, who will field our questions. Thank you.